You know what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my swag. Born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hey, hands up high, heels on beat, praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace, a little gloss, whole lot of grace. They see the charm, but He sees the core. He opened doors I ain't asking for, so I two-step, testify, slide every turn. He by my side. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Whoa, left, right, spin it, back, stay true. If you love the Lord, let Him shine. Heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give Him the praise, then we give Him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. You know what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my swag. Born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hands up high, heels on beat, praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace. true if you love the Lord, let him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give him the praise, then we give him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace, it's in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride.
Yes, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my darlings. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The women are beautiful. I'm sorry, the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kinseyada, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. Okay. And you know I'm though, brother. What? The smooches. So you get a smooch. You get a smooch. Everybody gets a darn blasted smooch. Let's go. It is Black History Month. And with everything that's going on, y'all, honey, we going to celebrate it till the wheels fall off. Does you heard me? Did you heard me? I said we're going to celebrate it until the wheels fall off. Yes, we is. Yes, we is. Okay. Anywho, I'm moving forward. All right. So I want to say to everybody, happy first of the month. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. It's also the first Sunday. I was not able to go out for church today. My God, today. My God, today. Oh, the snow, y'all. I can't wait until this snow goes bye bye. Bye bye now. Okay, bye bye now. Okay, I can't stand the snow. I cannot stand the snow. Okay, I mean, I just don't. Anywho, what's up? Hey, TC, I ain't seen you in this whole year. Happy New Year to you. Happy Black History Month and all the things of the things. Okay. Yes, honey. Now let's get into some things so we can get out of here, y'all. I was late because I was actually in here since I couldn't go out to church today. I was supposed to be tuned into church. I got busy deep cleaning because y'all know my joints. I have to do them when my joints feel good. And baby, I forgot about the live. I forgot about church. Good thing is I can also go into the second service. All right, let's get into the things of the things, okay? All right, here we go, right here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let me make sure you all can see it. And those are my subbies that will be looking at this later on tonight or when you get off. I appreciate you for your clicking your review, okay? All right, let's go. Let me make sure. Let me see. It hasn't came up yet. Hold on. All right, here we go, right here. All right, y'all. Was my granddad. My granddad was Gula Geechee and have something else. Okay. So this touches my heart because Gula Geechee is my legacy. Okay, as gentrification continues to seep deeper into long-standing Black communities, a Gula Geechee community in South Georgia earned a historic referendum, okay, at the ballot box earlier this month. Voters of Ciplo Allen soundly rejected a measure that would have allowed large homes to be built there. After Black landowners feared the approval of the referendum would have settled them with soaring property taxes, according to official results. More than 85% of voters cast ballots in the referendum. Okay, and I know I'm saying that I can't get my mouth to work today, y'all. Okay, with 1,584 voting yes and 285 voting no. Okay, you know, a lot of times we sell out our birthrights. Okay, we sell our land, and that's the one thing that our ancestors fought hard for. You know, not only to be free, but to have ownership. Okay, because we didn't get the 40 acres in the mule. The daggone slave owners got the 40 acres in the mule for losing property. We were considered property. Okay, that's why they look at us now as we're not human, because we started out with them. Now there was some of us that was always here in the United States. Let's get that straight. I know you haven't heard that, and the way that they're getting rid of Black and African history and taking down stuff as if we never did anything but been a slave. And then they don't want you to even know that some of your ancestors were slaves, because you know why? It helps their fight when it comes to reparations, and they don't want their grandkids to be burdened with that. Well, that must be nice. Okay, that's really nice. Well, congratulations to y'all that your grandkids don't have to look and see how you all treated other human beings. But we can't forget. Okay, we can't forget. I wasn't gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna add this to my title. Let me show y'all something that has been said to all my African American people, Black people, period. Okay, even my white vanilla sisters and brothers, you can help us in this fight. Okay, and I want you all to see the difference between how we go to bed and how you guys go to bed. Okay, one moment. Let me bring this up right here. This is very important, y'all. Especially with this being Black History Month, I'm gonna really be going in talking about all things Black. All things Black, okay? Good, better, and different. We're gonna get it in. Okay, let me make sure you can see this. This right here is your boy. He's from actually my city. Okay, he's from my city. Give me one moment to pull this up. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Bear with me. We ain't gonna be on here long today. We got things to do. I got a whole house to clean. I mean, for real, y'all. I pulled out everything. You know how you pull it out because you got the energy and you pull it all out and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna have to put it back. So, and then all of a sudden, yeah. Okay, this is Boyce Watkins. Okay, Dr. Boyce Watkins. He actually lived across the street from my late husband and right next door to Muhammad Ali, one of the houses Muhammad Ali lived in. So, yes, he is from my city. He's from the great old Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, so Dr. Boyce Watkins, this is a study that he's going to tell you about. Okay, check this out. Check what they saying about Black people now.
Post just reported new research that says that Black people die earlier than white people. That's not a surprise, but they're actually able to track it now. They actually found that there are stress proteins that cause inflammation, that cause you to die earlier. Also, it causes you to be more likely to get cancer, heart disease, the things that killed your grandmama. Anyway, what's interesting, though, is they continue to write on. If you read an article like this, they will talk about systemic racism, in which they should. And they explain that the systemic racism and lack of access to certain things is what's causing Black people to die before white people, which I agree with 100%. Here's what they didn't mention. What they did not mention is what I consider to be the number one cause of death for Black people, which is waiting for white people to fix it. These problems have been around for a long time. You and I have both known that Black people have had wealth that has been going down, that our mental and physical health has suffered. We know these things. Black people have been dying for a long time, but they've never fixed it. They've never changed anything. They just tell you who to vote for, and you find some great white hope, and you believe they're going to come save you, and they never do. They haven't paid you that $14 trillion in reparations that you're owed. They could easily make things better if they all got together and just said, okay, let's make this right, but they're not going to do that anytime soon. So I'm a little bit of a cynic and a skeptic, and I believe that if you're talking about fixing something, you're going to have to fix some of this yourself. The wealth problem is easily fixed. I have a whole PhD in finance. It matters. It makes a difference. And one of the things that you have to do is you have to get out of this habit of teaching your children how to waste money, how to go work for white people to get ahead financially. That does not work. All the studies show that if you are in the spender worker culture, your wealth is going to go down. But if you're in the investor, saver, builder culture, entrepreneurship culture, your wealth is likely to go up. So that's an easy fix. That can be fixed, but it's going to have to be done by us. No one else is going to implement this. But now in terms of the physical and mental health piece, here's one thing that's really interesting to me. I was always shocked by this. Isn't it fascinating that we will spend 4, 5, 6, 7 years in school to learn how to work for a white man, but we won't spend 5 weeks learning how to be a better parent?
Well,
we won't spend 3 weeks learning how to be a better spouse.
Well,
we'll spend all of our time learning how to manage somebody else's business, but won't even spend 1/10 of that time learning how to create a business of our own. That's a mindset issue. And as you can see, it's not just a financial health issue, it's a mental health, physical health issue. So I would say that this article's right. I'm glad they wrote it, but you've been knowing this stuff for a long time. The question is, what are you going to do about it? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm a finance professor. I teach finance for free to 10,000 people every morning. Put the word money in the comments if you're on Instagram, or text the word money.
Okay, y'all. Okay. So we can change our own dynamic. We don't have to continue to live up under that stigma. Okay. We don't have to. You have the ability, okay, to do whatever you want to do in life. Now, there was a professor that gave me some information, and I'm going to type it in the chat. Give me one moment. If you are wanting to go to school, I'm going to put it right here. Right here. Look that up. Okay. I want you to look that up. From my understanding, this is $5. $5 to take a class. Okay. And it's accredited. It's called saylor.org. Saylor.org. Do your research. Look it up. I don't know what classes they have. I got my degrees, okay? But this was given to me by a reliable source, okay? If you are interested in taking any college classes, okay, look up that right there, saylor.org, okay? Tell them Creole sent you. Anywho, moving forward, okay? Let's see. What else is on the agenda? Okay, y'all, this was ridiculous. This right here, what I'm going to share with y'all. Teach your children. Don't let your children teach you. Okay, when it comes to bad things. This man right here. Hold on, let me pull it up. Y'all not going to believe this. He's in handcuffs. And wait till you find out what he's in handcuffs for. Okay, give me one moment to pull it up. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the dang on channel. All right. All right. All right. Let me pull it up on my other system. Give me one moment because I might have to read it to you. La 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 la. Let's see. Here we go. Come on. Okay. Now watch this video really, really careful. Okay. Watch this video. Watch this video very, very careful. Very, very careful. Okay. It's going to go so quick, but watch. Y'all see him in white. Okay. Let me give you a little back history real quick. Okay. Let me give you the back history. This guy, okay, it says, this is crazy. Just released from prison. Sexual assaults a student, okay, at Florida MU, okay, FMU. And then while being transported, okay, he actually assaults a police detective. Watch. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Bizarre move forced officers to brace him against the railing to stop him. And then they say Rivers spontaneously chucked the video. Bizarre move forced officers to brace him against the railing to stop him. And then they say Rivers spontaneously.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Let's do it one more time. One more time. Do y'all notice all these cops with him? Do y'all see he's in handcuffs? Okay, they said he was just released from prison. Then he goes and XAs a student at FMU. Then while he's in handcuffs surrounded by all these police officers, he did what he did. Check this out again.
The chuck video. Bizarre move forced officers to brace him against the railing to stop him. And then they say Rivers spontaneously chucked the video. Bizarre move forced officers to brace him against the railing to stop him. And then they say Rivers spontaneously chucked.
What you think? What you think, y'all? This is weird. This is weird, okay? I'm just saying this is weird. Y'all, I don't know. With all the things, what's up, Zero Boo? With all the things of the things, did you see that man, he didn't let that stop him. He went on and touched up Boutte again. Like, dude, you in handcuffs, dog. I mean, for real, you're in handcuffs, and you mean to tell me that you still want to reach over and touch some buttocks? You want to grab some cheeks? What be the problem with you people? I don't be getting it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Okay. I just really don't. It just trips me out with how some of the things is going. Oh my goodness. Give me one more. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna bring this up as well. Give me one moment. One minute. One minute. I'm trying to find the last one. The Wi-Fi is just now catching up, y'all. I tell you, the Wi-Fi sucks. It just sucks. And they supposed to been doing all that. What's that? 5G crap. They should have left it 3G because 5G ain't worked since they upgraded it. I'm so serious. I know I ain't the only one whose 5G ain't working. Shoot. Let's see. I did. I saved it, but for some reason they might have took it. You know how YouTube go in, not YouTube, but I saved it because it was on somebody else's page, and so I saved it. And sometimes they go in them people's pages and hold on, they take stuff out. I have to pay for my mama's gift. I just thought about that. Wow. I'm having her because what do you get a woman that has everything, y'all? My mom has everything. She don't need nothing, for real. So you have to get creative when it comes to her birthday and things like that. And so what I did was, this girl, she does T-shirts and all this and stuff. So she created this hat one day, and I saw this hat. I'm like, that's right up my mom's alley. So I had her to uh create the things that I know my mom like. Like my mom's a diehard U of L fan. So it's a blue jean hat. It's got blue jean U of L stuff on it. It's got something else and something else. And y'all, hey, she showed me, it's done. She showed me, I love it. My mom's gonna love it too, because it's ordinary. It's not ordinary, it's different. And things are the things and the things are the things. Okay. So yeah. I'm gonna have to change my title because I can't find it. I cannot find it. So let me pull up this one, and I'll just swap out what I was going to talk about because it's still Black History. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, let me pull this up. Hold on. Go here. Go here, kid. Go here. Go here, kid. Wait a minute. My son's in the kitchen. I'm like, who is that noise? He's getting him some chili. I made chili yesterday, y'all, because it's still cold here in Kentucky. We got snow everywhere. So, hold on. One moment. Hold on. Hold on. It's not me, it's the Wi-Fi, y'all. Again, I apologize, okay? And don't get wrapped up in these Epstein files, y'all. Because let me tell you something. They releasing them at a creative time when they're about to shut down half of the government. It means they're trying to do something they don't want us to know. So don't get wrapped up in these Epstein files. Don't get focused on any entertainment person or celebrity that they throw in front of your face. I told you, when they're about to do something they don't want you to know, they put stuff like the shiny toy in front of your face, okay? What's up, Shaker Boo? Yeah, so let's go. So because it's Black History Month, I couldn't find the one that I wanted to bring to you guys. Let's take a look at this. I was able to get it off someone's page. Never forget. Love everybody, but never forget. Okay? Never forget. All right? I didn't know that CeeLo was a cop now. I didn't either. You telling me something that I didn't know. I don't keep up with CeeLo Green, though. He's not one of the ones. He's only got one song that I particularly like, and that's because you can do a lion dance to it. Okay, let's go.
It's 1781. The British slave ship Zong is crossing the Atlantic. On board, over
Again, that's not me. It's the Wi-Fi.
440 enslaved Africans, packed so tightly they can barely breathe. The captain, Luke Collingwood, makes a fatal mistake.
Let's go back and see if it'll play out away now.
It's 1781. The British slave ship Zong is crossing the Atlantic. On board, over 440 enslaved Africans, packed so tightly they can barely breathe. The captain, Luke Collingwood, makes a fatal mistake. He navigates badly. Water runs low. And under British maritime law, there's a rule. Lost cargo can be insured. Dead slaves can not. So the crew makes a calculation. If enslaved people die from illness, no money. If they are thrown overboard, insurance pays. And so they choose murder. Over 3 days, the crew begins. Women and children first, pushed through cabin windows. Then men, dragged up and thrown into the sea. 132 human beings erased, not for survival, for profit. When the ship reaches Jamaica, the owners don't hide it. They sue the insurance company. Their argument? The cargo was lost. British courts initially agree. The Solicitor General declares,
blacks are goods and property.
Mass murder, treated like broken merchandise. One man refuses to stay silent. Olaudah Equiano, a formerly enslaved African, exposes the case. Abolitionist Granville Sharp spreads the truth across Britain. The public is horrified. No one is charged with murder, but the Zong becomes a symbol, a turning point. In 1807, Britain finally abolishes the slave trade. It's 1781.
Okay. Zero, Lord. Zero, I know. It's one more I wanted to show you guys. And this is not to make y'all hate any race, but never forget. That's what I always say. We always forget. Never forget. Never forget. Whenever you forget your history or your past, you're doomed to repeat it, or it's doomed to repeat itself. Never forget. Ever. So it's one more thing I wanted to bring up really quick. I always do your history. Wait a minute. Come on. I'm waiting on this Wi-Fi, y'all. The Wi-Fi sucks. It ain't just my Wi-Fi. It's just Wi-Fi, period. Wi-Fi. You know, um, Hold on. I'm trying to pull it up as we speak. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. If I don't find it, and I ain't gonna just keep on trying. I just come back and do another live. I edit this one, and just come back and do another one. Another thing, a lot of people didn't know, and some of the younger blacks is just now finding this out that they used to eat us. Yep, they used to eat us. Absolutely. Yep. I was gonna share that with y'all, but yep, they used to eat us. We was the delicacy of the delicacy. Okay. They used to eat us. They used to wear our skin. Okay. So a lot of y'all didn't know that, don't know that, or something of the nature. Okay. Yeah. And a whole lot of people is just now finding it out. And they are like, what? They are so shocked. Okay. They're so shocked. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they did, thinking that we would get. And you know what's so funny? Like right now, like I did a live last year showing that they're using our melanin in our skin to power computer chips. Now, where do you think they're getting the melanin from? That's what I told everybody, because everybody's like, they was just focused on we can power chips, we can power computer chips. Okay, the key here is our melanin to power computer chips. Where are they getting the melanin from, people? Think about that. So when I broke it down like that, they was like, "Oh, yeah, don't skip what's important. Your melanin is powering computer chips. Where are they getting your melanin from? Your melanin is something that you're born with. It's not anything that can be created. You're born with that. So if they just so happen to find out that your melanin is powering or can power a computer chip, where do you think they're getting it from? I'll wait. Sometimes we don't, I mean, do you remember, if you're my age, if you're 50 something, there used to be a test that you had to take every year to see if you was progressing. And it was one part of the test, you had to draw the clue from the paragraph. Like, what was this paragraph really talking about? And you have four different things that you can choose from on the test. I don't think a lot of people pass that because we never draw the conclusion of the matter. Right. I never forget. Never, ever, 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 ever will I forget. Absolutely not. I'm so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. So yeah. Um, and then, I keep telling people we created a lot of things, and a lot of people don't believe that we created things. I don't understand why. Like we're not dumb. Come on now. We're not dumb at all. We're very intelligent, and we've created a lot of things that other people slap their name on it. So when I found out about that Mr. Tenderism, when Keith Lee went to that place and wanted to bless that black man with that $4,000 seed, and his white counterpart said, "No, unless you're gonna give it to everybody, because we all had a part in this." But that man was the one that was doing your ribs, and then you end up getting rid of the guy, the old man. You gave him a car and got rid of him because you didn't like the fact that all that attention was drawn on him and all this stuff. And now it's just, that reminded me of slavery. How when we created things and we did things because they owned us as slaves, they took our inventions, slapped their name on it, and got credit for it. Oh, come on, people. Y'all really don't know. Okay, I will give this to my late mod. My late mod name is 300. He used to be my mod. 300 said, it trips me out how people thought that a white man created the cotton gin. The cotton gin was to make it easier for slaves to pick and process cotton. There was never in the history of niggerdom, okay? And that's my word from Cat Williams, niggerdom. There was never in the history of niggerdom that a white slave owner would make it easier for black people. Come on now. You could not have thought that a white man created the cotton gin. Absolutely not. What it was a black person, a slave person created it. And because of who he was under, he was owned by a slave owner, they took credit for it. Just like different dishes, different forms of cooking. Do y'all remember the whistle walk? I'm going to bring it up this week too. The whistle walk. I'm going to show y'all. Don't you know that the food was prepared in a whole nother place. And once the food got done, white plantation owners and masters were so scared that we would pay them back for how they did us or how they were doing us, that they made the slaves whistle while walking to prepare their food to ensure that they didn't spit in their food. So that's what was called the whistle walk. They would be bringing it from where they prepared the food, and they would all have to line up and whistle as they're walking to bring in the house the food. I bring from the kitchen the food that the black people had prepared for their slave owners. Because again, they were afraid that the slaves would pay them back for how they was mistreating us. Hey, Magic, long time, boo. Hey. So yeah. Only thing is, y'all, we were never diabolic as they were. We were never diabolic. We believe in forgiving and we love you and we go on about our business, and everything. The one thing we wanted to be was left alone. And that's the one thing they wouldn't let us do. Okay, so remember, and y'all hear me say this the whole month, so get prepared. But remember, they always tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, first of all, we need boots. Remember, most of the time they kept you barefooted. Why was that? So you wouldn't run, so you wouldn't walk away. So we got creative and we started creating shoes. Hello, blacksmith. See, whatever we didn't have, we created. We are creators. Whatever we created, come on now, we created the United States. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that because you don't believe that. You believe what is in your history book. But remember, you got your oppressor telling your history. How does that work? Okay, so you are the one who's oppressed my people all these years. You stole from us, you killed us, you raped us, you mutilated us, you did everything you could to us, but you're going to tell our history for us. Yeah? Okay. That's worked out. Not. Okay, Zero, hey, you my people's for real, because that's what I said. I said if they was that worried about it, why don't you cook your own food? But now that was too much like right. They weren't going to cook their own food now. Come on now. Somebody got to be lazy. Somebody got to be lazy. So I'm just saying, y'all, we're not talking hate this month. We're talking all thing black. Oh yes, absolutely. Good, better, and different. We black this month. And today's the first day. I wanted to start, honey. Get you going, get your mojo going, get your thinking black. I think black, I walk black, therefore I am black. Okay. Oh my God, let me see. Had to pull themselves up. Okay. Right. And here's the thing, y'all. What I don't like is the fact, like I said, some of us did come over here by boat. Some of us was slaves when we came over here. But some of us was already here and we had already created some things over here. Okay. We had already here you go. There's a letter that Christopher Columbus had penned back to his country saying when he got here, the black people, the very dark skinned people here already is doing this, and this. Now, when you watch The Woman King, okay, if y'all ever watched The Woman King, let me see what this one see. Yeah, we created the US before. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. It's a book also. Hold on. The real histories of the library. Right. And also, guess where else? In the Vatican. Underneath the Vatican, okay, the Vatican is like a whole city, y'all, okay? It's not just a building, it's like a whole city. And in the basement of the Vatican were all the artifacts and stuff that the 300 Crusade stole as they was going around the world. They was killing people, raping people, all in the name of Christianity for the Pope and all of that and stuff. They was also stealing artifacts. They was stealing things worth money. They was tearing up stuff so that it wouldn't be no history of us, okay? Because they needed to dominate and they needed to rule. So in the Vatican, in the basement, in their library, and in their secret rooms, there is a whole lot, if not all, of things to prove who we were, where we were, what we did. Do y'all remember the Moors? Let's get into it, okay? Come on now. Okay, so yeah. Don't do me. Don't do me. But there is a book. I'm trying to bring this up as we speak. Hold on. Let me try to bring this book up. Ba, 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 la, la, ba, la, ba, la, 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 la. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let me see. I got to get it off one computer and then I'll type it in the other one and pull it up so you all can see it. Let me see. It's called, come on. Yep, I just got it. Hold on. Let's pull it up here. Where did it go? Okay. All right. This is a book I want you all to look into. Okay. Do y'all see that? Let me make sure y'all can see it. Has it came up yet? Nope, absolutely not. There we go. There we go. Okay, I want y'all to look into this book. Go to the library if you don't want to buy it. Okay. It's called The Delectable Negro, Human Consumption, Hemorexitism, okay, within U.S. slave culture. Okay, so I'm trying to condense this. I don't want to read all of this, okay? Okay, it says unearths connections between hemoeroticism, cannibalism, and cultures of consumption in the context of American literature and U.S. slave culture that has largely been ignored until now. Okay. The Delectable Negro explores these connections between, yep, that long word again, cannibalism, cultures of consumption, in the context of American literature and U.S. slave culture. So, yeah, that's another book you all need to look into. Um, it actually is on Audible. If you want to read it on, if you want to let it read to you, rather on Audible, okay. Audible is a book thing, but it's Audible, okay. It reads the books to you. You can be a member of it for like $15 a month, and any book, no matter what it costs, you'll be able to use it and play your book, download it on your phone and play the book that you want each month. Okay. Also, it is at Amazon. You can get it in a paperback. If you get the paperback, it is $39. If you get the hard copy, it's $70.67. If you're a member of the Kindle Unlimited, it's $0, or you can pay $19.99 to buy it on Kindle. Or again, Audible is $15.36. Okay, it all depends. But that's a book you need in your arsenal. Okay. Another book is Black Slave Owners, Free Black Slave Masters in South Carolina from 1790 to 1860. That's $13.99. And the Willie Lynch letter. The Willie Lynch letter is back out here, and believe it or not, the Willie Lynch letter, y'all, is $6.51. Let's get to reading. Hey, Boo. Hey, Janine. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you. I hope you're doing okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, love. 100-fold return to you. 100-fold. Thank you so much. Hey, Catherine Boo. Hey. So, yes, y'all, let me tell y'all. So, don't never forget. And The Delectable Negro is a book that you should be having in your arsenal. Okay, if you didn't see the beginning of the live, you don't want to miss it. Go back, go back, go back. Okay, and look at it. And what was the last thing I wanted to talk about? Let me see if I can bring him up. Give me one moment, y'all. Let's see. Okay, yep. Let me pull him up right here. I told y'all, since it's Black History Month and the day is the first of the month, it's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Now, oh, let me see. It's moving real slow because I don't know. Hold, here we go, right here. All right. Okay, where did it go? Here we go, right here. Let me make sure y'all can see it. All right, this is Alexander Miles, okay? They said he didn't invent the first elevator, but what he did do was create the automatic doors. That's what I was trying to pull up. The doors to the elevator. Yeah, so the doors that shut on the elevator, that's what I was trying to pull up because I do have the information. Let me see, is this the one I wanted? Hold on. Okay. Improve the method for opening and closing elevator doors. This is his patent number right here. Okay. He was inducted in 2007. He was born May 18th, 1838. Okay. And died May 7th. Dang. He died before his birthday. Wow. I mean, a week before, 11 days before his birthday. Dang. 1918. Okay. Um, Let me see. Alexander Miles developed innovations for elevator cabinet and shaft doors, making it possible for the doors to automatically open and close. His work ensured much safer and more convenient elevator rides. Yeah, because y'all remember they used to have to pull that thing down and all this stuff when they went on the elevator and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, so this is another one that we improved our did on. This is how he looks. Okay, very, very nice looking man. Very nice looking man. Okay. So yeah, that I wanted to share. Like I said, since today is February the 1st, and everything, and it is Black History Month. We're gonna do all things Black. Like we're gonna have other topics too, but we're gonna talk about us. Okay, we're going to talk about us and all the things that we've done, the things that we've created, because there is a lot that has been shoved down, and been a lot of things that people have taken credit for that we've done. Okay. And it's just time that we celebrate us. Okay. Especially with them trying to remove everything Black. Just in case your head has been in the sand, you've been on planet Jupiter, you have been hidden in a cave, and you haven't had any way to hear about things. In Philadelphia, I think it was Philadelphia, they removed some Black history off of major walls in parks and stuff. They are trying their best to take back all of civil rights. They also are trying to go back in time to put us back in 1960s and 50s, to where it's white fountains, Black fountains, white bathrooms, Black bathrooms, white schools, Black schools. But then again, if it's an all Black school, he's coming after them because he don't want it to be an all Black school. However, Black students are being tremendously they are suffering under racism lately in these schools, and no teachers are taking up for them. Okay, they're being picked on. Everything that's going on. Okay, and so yeah, so yes, that's here in Philadelphia. Okay, thank you, Catherine Boo. Thank you, and everything. So I look at it like this: it's up to Black churches, Black parents to teach their kids Black history. It should have never been left up to the schools. No one can tell our history but us. Okay. I told you, how does it look? Our oppressors, the people who oppressed our ancestors and everything, stole from us, raped us, mutilated us, ate our body, wore our skin. They did all the things to us, but they're going to tell our history. Does that make sense? No, it don't. We need to tell our own history. Now, let me say something else. All of y'all that is bigging up 50 Cent, this is my opinion. Okay, you don't have to agree with me to be here, but I'm going to give you a different way of looking at this. All of you all that's bigging up 50 Cent for turning down our Black people, shame on you. You know why I say that? They always get one of us to turn on us, to destroy us. Always. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Go back in history. It's always one of us to turn on us and destroy us for their good. Why? When will we get to a point to where if something go on in the black, with our Black people and everything in the Black family, then we take care of it ourselves. We take care of it in-house. Why do we leave it to other people to hire one of us that look like us to tear us up, to tear us down, to destroy us? So let's just say 50 Cent is able to, whether you agree with what Diddy did or not, okay, whether you agree with what he did or not, let's just say 50 Cent is able, okay, he did Diddy, he's going to do Jay-Z, he's going to do Tyler Perry, he's going to do, who else did he say? He's got like 6 or 7 more billionaires and millionaires that he's going to tear down. One, that leaves him the only millionaire. Y'all better wake up. That leaves 50 Cent the only millionaire. Now, you got these other ones that he's going after and turned down. Okay, let's just say he's successful. He turns all these millionaires and billionaires down that look like us, and he's left the only one. What does that say? At least, and I know y'all don't like Tyler Perry because y'all say, oh, Madea makes us look bad. Says who? Some of us need to laugh. Some of us do. I don't know about y'all, but some of us need to laugh. Do y'all remember your boy, what's his name? He used to, his Geraldine. Back in my mama's them days, there was a Black comedian, and he had a woman that he portrayed called Geraldine. Okay, Geraldine. Tyler Perry ain't the first one that came out that had a major comedy skit person that was a woman. And do y'all know that this man, especially during the SNAP benefit, he gave $1 million to take care of SNAP people in Georgia? Don't y'all know this man around where his facility is that he makes his movies and stuff? Don't y'all know that he got the residents around there and paid their taxes on their homes? He paid them up for them so that they can keep more of their money in their pocket. Don't y'all know he's helped build houses? He's created communities and moved people in where they ain't have to put no money down. Don't y'all know he does a lot? Because he used to be homeless and lived in his car. So he understands what it feels like. So excuse me if now, because people are upset they didn't get the money they thought they should have got. Don't you know Tyler Perry has made more black millionaires than any other black millionaire that's out here that could have? Flip Wilson, thank you. Hey to him, boo. Don't y'all know? And y'all ready to tear this man down? Y'all ready to get on the train? Tear him down, yeah. What is wrong with you? Don't you know there's a bigger agenda? If we can get rid of all the black millionaires and billionaires, then they all are under our control. Y'all don't see it like that, do you? You don't see that if all the millionaires that's black and billionaires, if they get their money taken away, they can't get together to create this super black community to help other black people come up out of Dodge. Did y'all know that Will Smith and I believe it's Jay-Z has a company that they created for down payment for black people who's looking to buy a home? Did y'all know? See, what I'm saying is not all of us is just pretty. Some of us got a head on our shoulder, and some of us study and we research and we look, and some of us know things of the things. We understand what's going on, and I tries my best to come out here, y'all, and try to put y'all up on game. But some of y'all just worried about the latest, who did what, how they did it, who said what, who cussed who out, who did this, who did this. Y'all not worried about anything. That's why you always behind. That's why you can never get a foot up, because you don't listen to nothing of substance. I told you, it's okay. Have a balanced diet. Even if you like to eat your dessert first, okay? Because some days, baby, I want my pecan pie, my sweet potato pie, my banana pudding. I want to eat that before I eat any chicken and mashed potatoes and macaroni. Do you hear me? Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. But do I sit and eat sweets all day? No. Absolutely not. Let me find this other one I'm trying to bring up. Give me one moment. Hold on. Let me find this other one.
You know what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my sweat. Born with the scales in my head. love the Lord, let him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give him the praise, then we give him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace, it's in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride.
Yes. Thank y'all for waiting. I got it pulled up. And if y'all want something like that too, you got D-Ham in the chat. He does intro and outros. And that one right there was done by my little brother for me. He surprised me with that. That was by JB, Mr. Long-Winded. He did that for me. It's my Libra and my pride. I believe in God. Yes, I love that. So yeah, that was done by JB, and you got D-Ham. D-Ham did my other one. So y'all get with them. If y'all want some intro and outro, they can give you their prices and everything. Let's support our own, y'all, for real. Let's support our own. And y'all have been getting with me about this song too. Yeah, it's a banger. It is a banger. I gotta give it to him. He did his big one on that. All right, y'all, let's check this out real quick.
About some just real motherfucker. I know it's hard for a lot of motherfuckers to even be honest. But can we at least be honest? Just for a quick motherfucking second. Just a quick motherfucking second. And can we at least motherfucking agree? All of us. Can we at least motherfucking agree that motherfucking black woman was right about every motherfucking thing she said? Can we at least motherfucking agree that the motherfucking black woman, that she was right about every motherfucking thing she said? She actually is something like a motherfucking psychic. The more I sit back and motherfucking think about it, I said that.
Okay, excuse the MFs. He's trying to fill in. I told y'all about mental illness. I told y'all that a lot of people cuss, and every other word they say a cuss word because they actually trying to figure out how to fill in that space instead of carrying on like a regular conversation. Okay, and we're so used to it in our neighborhoods and stuff that it's like it's second nature. But yeah, so it is what it is. That was probably exactly what they were saying, Catherine. Okay, let me see.
Motherfucking Miss Harris. She really like a motherfucking psychic. Remember they had motherfucking Cleo, whatever that motherfucking lady.
You know what's so funny though about this? I heard I've had a conversation with a lot of black men, because I talk to a lot of people. And it was 50-50. Those black men that voted for her and those who didn't. And a lot of black men had the same reason why they didn't vote for her, because she used to be a prosecutor and she locked black men up. Now, when you think about that, it sounds so stupid. Because let's just go here. Did she lock you up because you didn't do the crime? Because if it had not been her, it would have been another prosecutor that would have made sure you went to jail. So that was kind of dumb to me. Like, it was real dumb. And now I wonder, like, people who talk to me about her have disappeared. I haven't heard from them, can't reach them, don't know where they at. Like, for real, they've disappeared. It's like, we think now, not for the future. And that's scary. Because I remember my granddaddy, them, like, I hate to think that the men, I ain't talking about you males, because I always tell y'all there's a difference between males and men. I'm talking to the men, okay? I hate to think that the men of yesteryear, like my granddad's them time, is no longer. Okay. Like my late husband, he was a man of yesteryear. Like you can tell he was raised by a good man. Okay, his parents wasn't together because his mom, she got killed when he was 10. She got hit by a bus. So he was raised by his dad and his great auntie. So he still had male influence, woman influence. But like I said, my late husband was a man of yesteryear. He still believed in, don't lift that, I got it. Like I would go to, sometime he would be at work and I would go ahead and go to the grocery store. Like it's something me and him enjoy doing together. I know men ain't into that no more. They don't, that's old school. They don't like going to the grocery store with their woman and all this. But that's just something we enjoy. We was a boring couple to everybody else, but we loved each other. You feel what I'm saying? Like our home life was all that. Our kids, they get to time out our home life, and I'm glad we can make a life like that. Because one thing about me is I'm a homebody. Like right now, I'm still home, and people's telling me, "Get out! How you gonna meet somebody if you don't get out?" And all this, but I love being home, y'all. I created a home to where it's comfortable. My daddy taught me that. Seriously, I didn't learn that from my mom. I learned that from my dad. My dad said, create a home that's like your paradise. And that way you don't have to look for it outside. And my dad's home, it was so beautiful that it was the, how you go and look at apartment complex and they got a brochure that they show you on how it looks like and all that. They use my dad's home for the brochure worldwide. Okay. So I learned that from him. And, like I said, were we perfect? No. But our home life was great. Like it was just, I don't know how to explain it because I understand when people didn't have a good marriage, so they didn't have a good family life, so it's like they're jilted when it comes to marriage, our relationships and stuff like that. And I think that's very, very sad because there's always counseling. There's always counseling. And I feel like people get stuck in what they're familiar with and it start becoming their reality when it doesn't have to be. Like my husband had all the rights in the world not to get married because I wasn't his first marriage. I was his best marriage. Ha! Catch that. Okay. I wasn't his first, but I was his best. All right. And let him tell that I was his first. He's like, that first one don't count. So, hey, and I met his ex-wife. Met her, talked to her and everything. Matter of fact, we was at the store one day and this older man, walked up to him and said, "What's up, Pops?" Now I know my husband only had one older child. So when he said that, I thought, okay, it must be his ex-wife's son. Because he had already told me everything. So, and he said, hey, he said, it's my wife right here. He said, hey, he gave me a hug and stuff. I hugged him back. I went on, kept, I said, babe, I'm going to finish. He said, all right, I'm going to catch up with you. So I'm walking down this aisle. I passed this woman. She passes me. Next thing I know, he's like, Mama, look who I bumped into. And she's like, well, hey, ex-husband, like that. And he said, how you doing, and everything. And so I'm like on the third aisle, y'all are babe, real loud. I'm like, what? And she said, I just passed her. I said, yeah. I said, how you doing? We shook hands and everything, and all that. And I went on about my business. Wasn't no animosity for what? Why would I be mad and hate this woman? I got the man. Catch that. He upgraded. Catch that one too. All type of bullets. Okay, so but we like I said, he would be in there doing his own thing. I'd be in here doing my own thing if we wasn't laying together, but he like, hey babe, I'm like, what you doing? I'm like, nothing, reading or watching them or whatever I be doing. He's like, hey, you want to play some dominoes? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, give me 20 minutes for not Jeopardy, but what is that, man? Oh God, I forgot that show where they used to show their boobs and all this. And Jerry Springer. Give me 20 minutes, Jerry Springer be off. I'm like, all right. I mean, we just used to sit in the house. We play gin rummy, spades, dominoes. He'll throw something on the grill. It just be us and our children in Casa de la Coco. Like we felt like this was a mansion out here, So I don't, like I said, and my mom and dad wasn't together. My mama was a single mother. My dad did him, but my dad was in my life. Like he was instrumental in my life. So my grandfather was in my life, my uncles. I just feel like people pick and choose what they're willing to fight for and what they're not. Like I said, marriage is something you have to fight for. And in the Black community, that's something. Just Black history. I told you, you're going to talk about all things Black. Don't get mad. But now, y'all, that's something that was deprived us when we was in slavery. Don't you know some of our ancestors died just to be married, just to have each other? They died. When the plantation owners and the slave masters found out that they was married, they said no, and they sold them off. Or either they would come in to the slave captain and let the slave master and his people have sex with the woman in front of the man, and wasn't nothing he could do. And sometimes make the man bend over and have sex with the man in front of his family. Do you know how demeaning and everything that is? All they wanted to do was have a life, get married, have a small portion of some land, and just do them. And now we have the right and the ability to do all the things that's about to try to be taken away from you again. Let me say that. That's about to try to be taken away from your butt again. Okay? All they wanted to be able to do was read and write, and that was held from them. They had to sneak and do it. Now you can read and write, and you won't do neither. You won't pick up no book. Okay? You won't do none of that. You won't teach your kids it's important to get an education. And why? I told you, whatever you don't realize and remember when your history is concerned, you are doomed to repeat it. Okay? Um so yeah. So this thing with Kamala Harris, I feel some type of way about a lot of things. I don't ever try to force anybody to agree with me. I say what I feel, try to give you reasons why I feel like I feel, and let the chips fall where they may. You don't have to agree with me to be my friend. I've never been that type. Matter of fact, if we disagree, it's a way to be disagreeable without being nasty with each other. We can, put it like this: we can disagree with each other without being disagreeable. Let me say it like that. You may have your right to feel the way you feel. I have my right to feel the way I feel. Let's love each other regardless, and go and say, okay, you know what? Like, okay, let me throw out my little brother, JB. Now, y'all know he's not my real brother, but he's like my little brother. Trust me, I got a little brother just like him that works my nerves, okay? Works my nerves. But I love him because he works my nerves. Anyway, me and JB be having some real good conversations. For the most part, we agree. Okay. We reach different points, agree. I'm the microwave, JB's the crock pot. What I mean by that is I can get to my point quick. JB takes the longest way around to get to his point. Like, you might as well get you some coffee, cook you some lunch, get in your favorite chair, wrap up in your snuggie, because that's how long it's going to take him to get to this point that he's going to get to. But he going to get there. Let him land his plane, okay? That's just that's how long it takes him. I'm so used to him now, I just let him land his plane. Like, we can be talking about, let's just say, strawberries, okay? And I can give a synopsis real quick, hit all 3 points why strawberries is important. Like, I can do it in 3 minutes, okay? This, and this. There you go, strawberries. JB, on the other hand, has to tell you the history of the seed that went in the ground to create the strawberry, how it got its color, then when it was harvest, and then how it ended up in the Americas, and then when you ate it, and then who ate it the most, and then why it's important to have a strawberry before he gets to his 3 points with the strawberry. When you know somebody like that, I'm so serious, y'all. I'm laughing. I know when he heard this, he gonna crack up. But seriously, y'all, that's just, And we've developed this friendship, and I appreciate that. Like me and Charlie developed this friendship. Me and Mix, we talk. Okay, we may not talk every day, but we check on each other every day. Like they'll text me, I text them. It'll be Charlie will text me. I text Charlie. Mixology 99 will text me. I text her. Me and JB talk every day. Okay, like every day. If it ain't no more than 5 minutes a day, we talk every day. Okay. Uh, and then just Andrea, we check on each other. And I love that because you never know what might happen. When people tell you they love you and they care about you, I want you to show it. Don't tell me you care about me and I don't never hear from you. I don't never see you. I don't never, I don't do it. Love is what it does, not what it says. And I can always tell how people grew up because when you grow up and you're surrounded by love, you thrive on love, and you show love. Okay, you do. But when you've had a complicated relationship when it comes to parents, it shows, and it shows how you deal with other people. It shows, you show it, and then you show how you deal with other people, and that's very sad. That's very sad. But God has sent me people to love on me and to like care about me, and I soak it all in, and I let them know that I love and care about them too. I do. I am, yeah. I'm a person that's filled with love, and this is on the line of Black history, because they've made us feel like if you show love to one another and you're Black, it's a sign of weakness. It's not. It's not a sign of weakness. It's okay to show each other love. It just really is. So I hope that you all learn that this year, because it's going to be more prevalent to learn that this year because of the government that we have. Right now, we're under the umbrella of hate, and I know you feel it every day. You wake up, you feel like, what's wrong? Why don't I feel free? Why don't I feel? Because it's whatever who's ever in head is what you're under. It's like in church, whatever spirit is on the pastor falls on the people. Whatever spirit is on the leadership falls on the people. You actually have to fight to be free. You have to fight to feel normal. And that's what's going on. That's why you feel like you feel. It's not in your head. It's not. It's not in your head. That's why you feel like you feel. Okay? So I'm telling you now, find something that you love to do. Find yourself doing it at least once a week. Okay? Remember I told y'all, get you a notebook rather, and write down each day, starting in February. Today's the 1st. Even men, it don't make you no punk or soft if you write. Because especially if you already at the bottom, where else can you go but to the top? You can't fall deeper. Where else can you go? So start today and just jotting, today I feel like this. Note it. Look back on it in 7 days. Write every day. I don't care if you go into the bathroom. When you in the bathroom, take that time to write. You can't say you don't have time. Yes, you do. If you can take the time out to pee, if you can take the time out to eat, if you can take the time out to take a bath or shower, if you can take all that, you got time to write. It don't take long to write. You can jot down 3 things and be done. People make time for what's important. That's why I tell people when it comes to dating, can't no man just date me. You can't tell me you're interested in me and you never spend time with me. You never contact me. You never write me. You never email me. You never text me. You never do none of the things. You're not interested in me, because people make time for what's important. And if you're interested in me, I'm important. So if you never make the time to let me know, I'm not important to you. So I won't waste my time trying to date you. See how that works? I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not. I'm not, because I love hard. So if I give my energy and time to love on you, it means that you had to show me that you're about me and you're about your business. Because I don't waste time. All you guys show me is one time. You're not interested, I moves on. I ain't that one. I'm not that one. And I don't. Only way that, let me tell you, D-Ham, you said a mouthful right there. Let me tell you what happened. I told y'all that me and my late husband, we had separated for a year. Okay. And that's in my book. It's in my 4th book that's coming out, Me Versus Me. Get that. Okay. It's almost ready. But we're separated for a year. It wasn't like I said, he said, we're gonna be separated for a year because he didn't want to separate from me. I left him. Okay. I left him. And me and the kids, we moved out of our house. I got an apartment. I told y'all about that part. I got an apartment with me and my children and everything. And we left him in their house. All right. And when we got back together after a year, he stood up in church and he testified and he told everything. Now, I didn't think this man was going to tell everything. You know how you testify and you tell a little bit to the glory of God? This man told everything. And when I tell you, when he got through, them men in that church set up and paid attention to him. And they went over to him, most of them after church, and was like, man, when I tell you my husband took accountability for what happened and told that every day he was begging God not to give his wife away, not to let no other man find his wife. God, get me to where I need to be because I want my family. I want my wife. That's the best thing ever happened to me. And blah, blah. I mean, when I say this man told everything, my God, today he told everything, and like he told him, my wife ain't nobody to play with. She told me, okay, one more time and I'm gone. He said, she told me that. Do y'all hear me? He said, we know most women say stuff they don't mean. He said, but I had to challenge that. Me and my stubbornness. I'm the man. He said, and one more time. He said, and I looked up. She was like, we moving. He said, baby, where we moving at? She said, oh, no, not you. Me and the kids. And he said, and I looked at her. He said, and when she said, can you take me to go get this moving truck? Because he was supposed to get the moving truck, y'all. Whole nother story, okay? She's like, but can you take me to go get this moving truck? My uncle gonna drive it. He said, I knew I couldn't stop her. He said, I deliberately not got that truck because I didn't want my wife to leave me. He said, and she was a step ahead of me and said, can you take me to go get this truck? My uncle gonna drive it. He said, you talking about tears. He said, I was crying. I was upset. He said, I tried everything I could to keep my wife there. And her mind was made up, said the kids was even happy they was leaving me. He said, and her uncle told me, come on, this is your wife. Get them boxes. Let's go. Pack her up. He said, I tried to stay. She wouldn't let me stay. Oh, yeah, I wasn't playing. When I tell you, I think like a dude, seriously. When I tell you I'm done, I'm done. When I tell you don't play with me, don't play with me. Because, see, I fight hard for you, but I also won't play with you. And so he knew, get it together, because I'm gone. And he had to work like hell. And I meant that H-E-double-L, H-E-double hockey sticks. He had to work like hell to get us back. Seriously. And it took a year because I wasn't looking. I meant it was over. And it so happened that my pastor and God, because you know I'm a prophet, so God was like, I didn't do this for y'all to be separated permanently. I'm working on him, but I'm also working on you. I'm keeping it real. God said I'm working on him, but I'm also working on you. This is not over. And I got mad because God said this ain't over. And so when my pastor said to me, you know, God said, I already know. He told me, yeah, I was y'all. So we started dating. Seriously. And I would be in church and the usher would say, can you slide over? Somebody want to sit here. And I look up, it's my husband. He done came in church. And I'm like, so I slides over there. The kids, they run and hug them and stuff in church. And all of y'all, when I tell you, it was a year. It was a year. It was a year. But once we got back together, baby, it was on and popping. We almost did 30 years. Seriously. So I don't play with marriage. If I say I do to you, and you give me your last name, we don't play. We in this together. And my husband used to say, it's me and you against the world. And he meant that. I don't care if it was my daddy, my mama, whoever. You ain't play with me. My husband didn't play yet. You had to come to him. And I remember one day he told my mama, he said, look, let me tell you something. You her mama and I love you because you her mama. But that's my wife. And no longer am I going to stand and hear you say what you say to her. Because she got me now. Put her in her place. Do you hear me? She was so shocked. She's like, he told her the only reason why I ain't saying nothing to you is because she told me she had it. He said, but I'm tired of dealing with my wife after she deal with you. He said, it's over. Come on now. What's up, Just Andrea Boo? What's up? Any man who can't stand 10 toes down with you against your family, you don't need him. Let him go. Because remember, you're his wife. And just like his family, let me tell you something. Let me tell you this real quick and I'm going to be done. We talking Black history, right? Okay. My husband had a brother. This brother always liked to pick at my husband. Okay. So we were at the family house in Georgia because there was a funeral. Okay. So we all went to Georgia, you know, and all this and stuff. Packed. Okay. So we all outside. My husband over there, you know, we'd already put our clothes in the house and everything. So my husband's out back playing basketball with the family. You know, all the men, they running whole. Not all of them, but most of them that's playing basketball. They running whole on the court because our family compound in Georgia is ridiculous. Here, it sets on 54 acres, all right? So anyway, this particular brother, he finds it the time to start trying to put down my husband. Now, mind you, I'm standing there. Did I tell y'all that was my husband? Okay. I'm standing there. And he's saying this, and I said, excuse me, what did you just say? Now, I'm the only one that ain't got blood, okay? Because everybody else out there can. I'm married. And he said, like I said, yeah. And you know, he was saying something. I said, first of all, I buy my husband suits. I buy them. And ain't nothing about his suits, no $10 suits. Even the shoes on his feet is $200. They Stacey Adams, boo. Okay? His suits are tailor-made. I buy them because I buy him what I want to see my husband in. Ain't nothing shabby about me. Ain't nothing shabby about him. I said, so now what? So I'm pissed now, right? Because he talking about my husband. So he said something else. So I walks up in his face because I told y'all from 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy, you can get it. I fight dudes just like I fought women. Okay? So I walks up in his face. And now the oldest brother, my brother in love, he's walking over to try to get between us. And now, and while this brother's talking his stuff, his wife is sitting right there in the car. She know me from the projects. She used to live in the building facing my building. She know I fights. She ain't gonna jump in there because my legacy precedes me. Okay? And like I walked up in his face and said, you got one more time to say something about my husband. I don't care nothing about your family being out here. I'm going to F you up and I'm not playing. Don't keep talking about my husband. I mean, I cussed him from one end of his name to the next end. My finger was in his face. So now they pulling me because they know my next thing, I'm going to steal them. So they pulling me. So I'm pissed. So I walks away. So I goes and stand. I'm just looking at my husband playing basketball. And because we know each other, he knows me. So he's dribbling and he's looking at me and he's dribbling. He's looking at me. So he shoots the ball and he's like, wait a minute. And I'm not looking mean or nothing. I'm smiling. I'm like, yeah, go baby, you know. And he's looking at, he comes over. He said, what happened? That's all he said. And I'm like, I'm good. He's like, I ain't what I asked you. I asked you what happened. And I said, your brother. He said, that's what I thought. He said, I'll be back. Just like that. So I'm trying, no. So his sister gets in front of him and she's like, no, Weedy, no. He's like, nah, I'm sick of him. Now he gonna try to say something to my wife. I don't know. Y'all know y'all don't play with my wife like that. So his brother happened to leave with his wife and somebody else to go to the store. So now I'm in the house and the more I'm thinking about it, y'all, I get pissed all over again. So now I'm packing my stuff. So now my kids done came in and they're like, Mama, what happened? Then one of my sons heard and I didn't know that my son was standing behind me. Like he was going to go into his uncle too, had I sworn. So he's standing behind me and I didn't know that. So he's like, yeah, Uncle Charles got blah, 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 and all this and stuff. And my husband's like, you heard it? He said, yes, sir. And I was standing with my machine, see me, but I was going, he called himself because he would say I was going to F him up. So I'm packing up my stuff. So now his sister comes in the room. She's like, no, don't y'all leave. Coco, don't leave. Don't leave. I'm going to talk to him and blah, blah, like. And now my husband is extra mad. Now he's like, where he at? So they trying to stop him, the brothers, because it's a whole bunch of them. They trying to stop. Y'all, it became a thing. Okay? It became a thing. And I knew if I didn't calm down, my husband wasn't going to calm down. Okay? I knew that. If I didn't calm down, like, there's no stopping him. He used to be a boxer. Did I tell you that he was a Golden Glove boxer? Okay. If I didn't stop, I knew he wasn't. So I started trying to come. Now, mind you, I also made the mistake to tell my mama in Kentucky what went on in Georgia. And my mama calls my husband, which further pissed him off. And now my mama is talking to me, talking about we on our way. But I done called your uncles them that's in Georgia. They waiting on the word so they can come to you. Y'all, it became, when I tell y'all, it became a thing. And I realized I'm the only one that can stop all this before it gets worse, okay? So I start calming down. And I said, take me to go get something to eat. I didn't want nothing to eat because we had food there. But I knew if I didn't get my husband away from that situation, that it wasn't going to be no stopping him because he's already almost at the point of no return. Okay, everybody know him, and they'll mess with. That's the brother they don't mess with. Okay, because they know he crazy. And one thing that sends him over the edge is his wife. You mess with his wife, there's no seriously. So I took him away from her, and y'all, as we riding down the street, who we bump into? The dang on brother. So I'm holding my husband's pants in the car, so he can't hop out the car. Do you hear me? So we at the daggone gas station. My husband politely moves my hand from his pants while opening up the car door at the same time. I'm hollering, bae! Bae! He's steadily walking. Now his brother see him coming. And his brother don't know which way he gonna go because his brother know my husband ain't nobody to play with. So his brother said, all this over. My husband said to his brother, all this over $20. And he's standing there, and I'm having, babe, please don't. Babe, please don't. Because I know my husband. So he took the $20 and he just threw it at him. And he's like, that's your last time speaking to my wife. You get it? And his brother said, I like it. He said, now, do you really get what I'm saying to you? Now, everybody's watching, okay? And I'm sitting here like, can I hop out this car fast enough to try to grab him, And he's like, I get it. He's like, all right. He's the only reason why I ain't going off is because she's sitting there looking at me. And it was so funny when he said it because he know I would have started crying, right? And he hate to hear me cry. So, he's like, that's the only reason. But that's your last time talking to my wife. And he turned around and got in the car and we drove off and we all went to get something to eat. And we got back later that night to where everybody was in their own prospective places. And we went on in our rooms and that was it. The next day was a better day. It was a better day. Plus it was the funeral day the next day. So, but yeah, that whole day, y'all, it was a mess. It was a mess. And I just can't, I don't care what my husband did. I don't care. That's my husband. You are not going to disrespect him. You're not going to talk down to him. You're not going to talk about him in a derogatory way. None of that. That's mine. I protect what's mine. No, we ain't having it at all. Tread lightly. I don't play about him. That's just how I am. You belong to me. You belong to me. That's why I said I'm not jealous. I'm territorial. I don't care nothing about my husband speaking to women, talking to women. That don't bother me because I'm secure in who I am. I don't care. I don't care if you're ex-girlfriend, ex-wife. Okay, your point. The problem is your ex. I'm current. So what's that supposed to mean to me? Because if he wanted to be with you, he would have. Catch that one. Okay? Catch that. Okay? But disrespect I don't do. And when I'm territorial and I figure you disrespecting me, I'm gonna let him take care of it first. If he don't take care of it, then I will. Both of y'all. Not just you, him too. It's called correct a nigga. Okay? I got that very well. My talker ain't broke, neither are my fists. Now, because I preach and stuff now, I don't fight physically like I used to. I believe in praying and talking to the Lord and all that, but don't push that project side of me because she ain't gone nowhere. She's still sitting here. I just choose to deal with my life in different ways. I got grandkids now, you know, and all this and stuff. So I ain't trying to go to jail for fighting. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt in it. So I don't believe in all that. So a lot of things when people say to me, I just let go. I go, okay. When they say you think you and you ain't and you black and you this, okay. It don't mean nothing to me. Yes, I'm dark skinned. I love my skin. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, baby. You ain't know. You ain't know. So yeah, I love my honey. Ooh, it don't. You plus size, you fat. I'm all above. Okay, your point. I'm still pleasingly plump. Okay, and when you get to something that's wrong, I'll correct you. Until then, keep going. Keep going. Don't forget to mention my schooling. Don't forget to mention all the degrees I got. Don't forget to mention the things I've accomplished. Don't forget to mention my LLCs. Don't forget to mention my businesses, and don't forget to mention that I'm an author and all the things of the things. Okay, I can sing. I got CDs and stuff like that. So I mean, when you get to talking about me, talk about everything. Okay, all right. I'm a different breed. Won't nobody ever know what makes me upset. Outside of messing with my man, yeah, that right there will get you a beat down and possibly a bullet. But other than that, you know, I'll never tell. It's only one other thing that'll get me in that fight mode to where it's no settling me down. And I'll never tell nobody what that is. And it's not usually what people think it is. You talk about my kids, okay, whatever. You don't know my kids. And then plus all my kids are doing probably better than yours. I know they're doing better than me. That's what I wanted. That's that. I used to tell them, do better than your mama. Do better than me. I've set the stage for you all to stand on my shoulders and reach your next level. So why get jealous and mad because my kids is doing what they're supposed to do? Some of y'all really, really retarded. Y'all get mad at your children because they are better than you. How does that work? I did better than my parents. That's how it's supposed to be. Each generation is supposed to do better than the previous generation. We got so far so those can climb up on our shoulders and reach their goals. You know, my daughter decided she didn't want to be a doctor. She loved what she does. So she didn't want to be a doctor. Okay. I ain't getting mad because she don't want to be no doctor. What she do, she do well. All of my daughters, all of my sons, all of them are doing what they do. I mean, seriously, I couldn't ask for better kids if I created them myself. I'm proud of them. I'm excited. My grandkids are now making a name for themselves. They now standing on their parents' shoulder and their grandmama's shoulder and their grandfather's shoulders, reaching where they, come on now, college. I got 2 in college. One's in U of L, one's in Fisk University. Get into it. They both pledged. I got my oldest grandson work a very good Fortune 500 company. Very good. Doing his thing. All of them are doing good with no record. That's something to be commended themselves. Their grandmama, yeah, got all type of records. Praise God. You know, yeah, praise God. It was God. That's all I could say. Because my temper was so bad. It was God. I lived on the other side of that Libra. Like I was a quiet person, loved to laugh, didn't bother nobody. But that fine line between sanity and insane, it was like a thread. Like seriously, yeah, it was God. It's still God to this day. I'm telling you. That's why I love to encourage people. That's why I get mad when people get to a point in their life they talk about they stuck. How you stuck? Do you know what all I went through? How are you stuck and you ain't went through half of what I've been through? And I know everybody got their own storms, but again, that's why true people that love on you and care about you and care about your well-being is very instrumental in you reaching your next level. And that's why I tell y'all, there was people that made sure that I didn't just stay where I was, but I had their own inner thing in me. I had that own, I'm telling you, I'm a go-getter if my name ain't Creole. I'm a go-getter. I don't let nothing stop me from being and getting what I want. If I want it, I go get it. I'm so serious. Even if it takes me a year or two, if I want it, I go get it. People told me I would never be an author. Really? On my fourth book. And then I got a set of children's stories. Okay, come on now, DM. 17-year-old son pay rent now. He got a job because she tired of taking care. Right. You know what? I'm serious. When you handicap your kids, let me tell y'all, my children, every time, I don't care if it was a summer job, me and my husband gave them something to pay. You know what that was teaching them? Responsibility. And you know what? They always talk about it. Man, I got friends don't even know how to pay a bill. They ain't got a checking account. They ain't got a savings account. I'm like, man, my mama had us doing that when we was 15 and 16. Y'all just now doing that and y'all almost 30? Baby, it teaches them responsibility. It be the sorry, I almost cussed. It be the sorry arse, A-R-S-E. It be the sorry ass parents that handicap these kids and wonder why they not that why they uck up in life. No, that's okay. I got it, baby. Don't worry about it. Really? And so as they grow up in life, when they can't do something, they gonna want somebody else to take care of it. And most of the time, it's you sorry ass parents that do. You got one foot in the grave, another one on the banana peeling, and you taking care of grown kids. What? I, you know what? That wouldn't even be my life. That wouldn't even be. Call me mean. Call me what you want to call me. I don't care. I don't care. But baby, my kids in their teens when they used to get these little summer jobs, baby, we would give them toilet. They was either on toilet paper ministry. They was on they had to spend $30 out of their check each week to restock the beverages in the house. Uh they had to spend $35 to $40 out of their check each week. We gave them a set price. Uh-huh. And if it wasn't nothing to buy, they would bring it in there and put it on the dresser. That was their rent. Uh-huh. The rest of their very first check they got was theirs to blow any kind of way they wanted. They whole check. We didn't care what it was. It was theirs to spend however they wanted. Okay. But the second check, when you get paid, this is what you have to do. And if you don't do that, you have to bring this amount of money and put it on the desk. I put it on our dresser, and that's what they did. Each child. Each child. So every time they got paid, they already knew. They didn't have a problem with it at all. And on some of them nights when you need mom and daddy to come pick you up from work because you don't miss your bus. Oh, yeah, because we wasn't making it easy for you to get to work. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. You wanted the job. You need the job. You need to know how it feels to make things happen, to get to the job. Be responsible. Okay. Ain't my job to make sure you get to your job every day. Not my job. Not my responsibility. I ain't working. You are. Now, every now and then, if you miss your bus and, yeah, we'll take you. If you worked a little late, mama, can y'all come and get me? Yeah, we on our way. Yeah, we'll come and get you, boo. No problem. Yeah. But it ain't my responsibility. And I know some of y'all like, really? That's so hard. No, it's not. What happens? Okay, parents, listen. What's up, Blended Boo? Okay, parents, what happens if your car breaks down? Let's go there. How's your child gonna get back and forth to work? Will you, okay, will you look for alternative rides for your child? And they sit there and look pretty while you sweat and, oh my God, let me see if I can't get a car. Let me go and see if I can't rent a car so you can get back and forth to work. Let me see if I can borrow this. And they sitting there looking at you while you sweating and going through all that you're going through to make their job possible. Something wrong with that. Something wrong with that. Oh, one day my husband said, baby, you ready? I said, yeah, where we going? He said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take you somewhere. We going out to eat and all this and stuff. I remember one of the kids was like, "Well, what we gonna eat?" He said, "What's ever in the refrigerator?" Dad, we can't go out to eat with y'all. Nope. And it ain't like we didn't take them out to eat with us because we did. We had family time and stuff. But this right here, my husband was like, "No, it's for me and my wife. Absolutely not. You got some money, buy you something to eat." They was trying to use all our funds. Absolutely not. See, kids are smart. Do you hear me? They'll sit on their money and spend yours. And some of y'all parents, y'all feel so guilty. Oh, I gotta do this for my kids. They be grown. I gotta do this for my kids, cause and they be sitting there and they be sitting on them funds and be looking at you trying to make a way. Oh, bless your little gullible heart. I swear. Oh, child. Who? Don't get it wrong. I love my children. Love them to life. I really do. Love them to life. And I raised them. They're grown now. Okay? They're grown. And if they can't make it, not my fault. Okay? Not my monkey, not my circus. I'm sorry. Especially if they've mismanaged, not my fault. Mm-mm. You got one time I'm going to come to your rescue. One. One. And I know y'all sitting there like, "Ooh, you hard." But that's why I got successful kids. God did that thing. Okay? He did that thing. My kids do way better than I've ever done. And they don't think so. That's what's so funny. They don't think so. I do. My kids do way better than me. But if you ask them, they'll tell you, my mama had it going on. And I just be sitting back looking at them like I was just good at what I did. I knew how to make my coins count. I knew how to grocery shop to last. I knew how to, like pay this, put this off and everything. And yeah, I knew how, I just, hey, but to them, I was their shero, you know. I told you, when it looked like we was getting evicted, honey, I'm just saying. Then when we was homeless, God gave me favor back with my landlord. We were supposed to be moving to Georgia. Y'all already know about that story. And he gave me favor back with my landlord. Honey, I was able to move right back in my house that had been empty for a whole month. They done redid it and everything. And he's like, I still got that house. And then what's so funny, this house was when we first got this house, and I ain't gonna tell you all of that because that's in my new book too. But when we first got this house, it was between us and this other couple. And the guy who was selling the house, it was his house. He said he was renting it. Okay. He said, if y'all can come down today and meet me, then we'll discuss it. So my husband was like, let's go. So we went down and he met us at the curb. And he watched my husband very intently. Men, it makes a difference. Some of you men act more like women. Y'all want the same thing a woman get. I'm telling you, it pays to be a man. Okay, not a male, but a man. Okay, he watched my husband very intently. My husband got out of the car, shook his hand, came around to my side because I knew not to open the door, women. So my husband said, one moment, came around, opened up my car door, helped me out the car, brought me back around the car, let me go up the steps in front of him because he always said, just in case you fall, I got your back. See, come on, husband. So, walk me up the steps and everything. This man's still watching my husband. Okay. So he said, well, this is the house, and I did this to it. And we walked around the house. We went in the house and all of this and stuff like this. So here come the other couple. So now he's like, let me go out and greet them. So they came in, they said hi, we said hi. So they walking around the other side and everything. This man came back to me. He said, do you like this house? I said, I actually love this house. This is like a dream house for me. He said, if you want the house, I'll give you the house. And I looked at him. He said, I said, it's another couple here. He said, I'm aware of that. He said, but if you want the house, it's yours. I said, can I go talk to my husband real quick? He said, sure. He said, matter of fact, here, take this paperwork. Y'all, I went in the kitchen where my husband was, because he's a cook like me. Went in the kitchen. I said, babe, he just said if we want the house, we can have it. He said, shut your mouth. I said, yes. I said, what do you want? He said, yep. I said, here's the paperwork. We got to fill that paperwork out in that kitchen. And before that other couple came in the kitchen, that man came in the kitchen, we wasn't even finished. He grabbed the paperwork along with the pen, stuck it up in his pocket, and said, let me show y'all the garage. We walked through the backyard. He showed us the garage. He said, here, finish signing it and everything. He took it. He said, do y'all have $25? He said, that's all I asked for y'all to hold it until y'all ready. And I said, I don't have it on me, but I have a check. He said, I'll take it. He said, matter of fact, post date it if you need to. Y'all, who can do it but God? Give us favor with that man. And all because he was watching my husband be a man. He was watching my husband be a man. Seriously. Gave him that $25 check. He said, what day y'all want to move in? I'm looking at my husband because he the one who worked them 2 jobs. I worked 2, but he worked 2 jobs. Okay. My husband said, how about this weekend? He said, all right. He said, matter of fact, I'll meet you back here, Friday night, Friday afternoon. He said, well, I'll take off my night job. He said, I'll be here, me and her, about 5:30 because it'll, he said it'll let me pick her up from work and we'll be here. He said, I'll meet y'all here at 5:30. He said, y'all can finish signing the rest of it. He said, matter of fact, y'all can wait to give me the down payment next month. I know y'all don't care to hear all this. I know y'all don't. But when I tell y'all, baby, women, don't settle. Don't settle. I don't care if he got a nice old penis. I don't care if them lips do what they do. Don't settle. Wait for God to give you him. God will tell you who he is to you. Do you hear me? And y'all would have thought that my husband had the same schooling as me. No, he didn't. My husband, he had just got his GED because I told him I didn't date dummies. So he went to get his GED. Seriously, I said, I don't date dummies. You got to get a high school diploma, GED or something. And he got his GED. See, a lot of men would have looked at that as a woman putting him down. But like I said, it's a difference between a male and a man. My husband knew that if I'm great, he needs to be great. Because we're a great couple. And he used that to go do what he needed to do. And once he got that GED, all type of jobs opened up to him. All type of jobs making money opened up to him. So I can talk my stuff. And when I tell y'all, I have so much love to give somebody else, I do. But I'm not going to give it to anybody. I ain't desperate. I'm not desperate. And men, you shouldn't be either. That woman should be a woman of good quality, good character, and good. You should know she's faithful. You don't want a woman that wants you and 4 more other men. Like I said, the one thing that was held from us was marriage. So I'm always talking about marriage. I think I had a great one. I don't know about nobody else, and I'm sorry if you didn't, but live through me. Just realize if she could have a great marriage, I can have one too. You absolutely can. One of the things that stop good marriage is communication. Communication. Men, if you ever tell a woman what she say to you don't matter, she'll never talk to you reasonably again. Don't ever tell your wife or your girlfriend or your soon-to-be wife, whatever you say, I don't want to hear what you got to say. It don't matter. Nah, I don't want to hear it. When you say that, you force her, 1, to shut down, 2, to clock you as the ops. And trust me, there'll be some man that will want to hear everything she has to say. Then you'll be mad when she cheat on you. Because you'll be hollering, all I do for her, you did everything. But listen, a real woman, that makes a difference. Where we got somebody we can talk to and knows our mood swings at times and knows that, let me tell you something. Y'all gonna crack up at this, but this is true. This was true. My husband used to say to me, you got that extra meat on you today. You must need some. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of you. Now, women, y'all would have thought that was, ooh, I can't believe he said, no, that was true. That was true for me. There was a certain time, and not menstrual time. It's just a certain time. I don't know why, but there was a certain time that I would be like, just, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I couldn't tell him what was wrong. I'd be like, no, I'm good. But he could tell. And he actually learned his wife enough to know that that's when she needed extra loving. Okay. And he would notice it. He said, I already know what's wrong with you. I got you. And we'll walk on the way. And I'd be like, what is he talking about? And it would be exactly that. I promise you. But do you know how much he would have to love his wife and pay attention to his wife to know that that's what that was? Where most men would be like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I just stay away from you. I just do this. I just do that. You know how much he had to love his wife? Like, I could tell when he needed a little extra. You know, because he would be like, I'm like, what's wrong, babe? Nah, I'm fine, babe. I'm fine. Just tired. Just tired. And I'd be like, yeah, okay. And in my mind, I already know to him it's coming across as tired, but he needed a little extra. And after that little extra, he got that energy of Job. He jump up and be ready to do everything. See, you got to know your mate, but that comes from love. You can't love somebody you don't know. Should nobody outside of your marriage tell you nothing about your wife? Should nobody outside your marriage tell you anything about your spouse at all? At all. Shouldn't her friends shouldn't be like, bruh, this. It's a breakdown of communication somewhere. If anything in a marriage, you need communication and dedication. You may wake up one morning and go, oh, you again. But you're dedicated to one another. It happens. Every day you wake up with your mate, you don't want to see them all the time. You want somebody new sometime. You ain't going to say it, but in the back of your mind, you be like, dang. You know, but then that goes away. It's just human. But if you start keeping your secrets to yourself, your burdens get heavier when you keep them to yourself. A lot of y'all has that issue. You try to keep it to yourself and all this and stuff, and they just getting worse and heavier and heavier and worse. You don't see no way out. Nothing's changing. It's like you stuck. You know why? Because if you know the Lord and you love the Lord and he sends you help and you don't utilize it, that's a slap in God's face. So what happens is he removes the help and now you stuck. Now you just there. And what's happening is you're like sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but you're not going nowhere. It's like you're really sitting in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, like you're going back and forth, but you're not making no moves. You're not moving nowhere. You're not getting ahead. You're not doing nothing. You're just moving. You're making tracks and nothing's happening. Because God wants you to kill that pride. He's going to kill it one way or the other. He's going to kill it one way or the other. And you still trying. You still trying. You just stuck. But you still trying. You moving. Ain't nothing happening. You're not getting forward. You're not going nowhere. Nothing's changing. And you keep asking God the same question. Well, have you forgot about me? God, what's happening? I'm talking to you. And God's like, I done sent you a rescue several times. Have you ever heard about that story? This man was in the ocean, okay? And he was praying to God to send him help so he wouldn't die. And first God sent a tree branch. It broke off so that he can grab it. And he wouldn't. So it went on down. It broke all the way off the tree and went on down the ocean. The next thing, there was a rope. And he wouldn't grab the rope. because he said God gonna save me. God is gonna save me. So they pull the rope back. There here come a boat and try to get him to get in the boat, and he wouldn't get in the boat because God was gonna save him. And then all of a sudden he drowns and he stands before God and he asked him, "What happened, God? I was believing you was gonna save me." And God said, "I came in a tree branch and you didn't grab it. I came in the rope for you to grab and you didn't grab that. I even sent the boat for you to get in and you didn't get that. I came 3 times and all 3 times you didn't grab a hold of me." And some of y'all, God has tried to send you help in so many forms. And because it didn't come the way that you think it should come, you didn't grab it. So now you stuck. He's letting you stew in all of the stuff that you're going through. Because next time, maybe their pride will be less and you'll reach out for help. You'll reach out to those that's trying to help, that wants to be there, that tries to come up. You know, some of y'all might die in your situation. You might, because you don't see when God is trying to save you. And sometimes God is saving you from you. He's saving you from you. Some of y'all biggest obstacle. Your thinking. Your thinking got you in this mess. Your thinking is keeping you in this mess. Will your thinking kill you in this mess? If you had it all, you wouldn't be in the situation you in. If you really had the answer, would you be where you are? Okay. Okay. See, I'm smart enough to realize I don't know everything. And I thank God that He has people around me that I can bounce things off, that I don't have to worry about. You know, if it's something that I don't want told, they won't tell it. And then if they do, oh well, so what? It happened. Yes, I did ask that question, and what? That's just me. Okay. You know, because some things I don't know. I don't. And it's okay not to know everything. It's okay not to know everything. That's why it takes a village. But some of y'all are so stubborn and y'all pride is so like, oh my God, bless your heart and all your parts. I wouldn't be you for all the tea in China. I just wouldn't. You know, it's just wow. If you pray and if you believe in a higher power, I believe in God, but some people call him a higher power. It's your business. That's not what this is about. But whoever you have trust and faith in, you have to know that they have something, that they have your life already planned out. You need to line up with the will of whoever it is that you pray to. I really believe that God has my life mapped out. He had it mapped out before I got here. I have to stay in His permissive will. There is a such thing as a will and permissive will. Permissive will is the will that God has for you. Okay, just the will is the one that you ask God for. A lot of times, God will give you what you asked for to show you didn't need it. Some of y'all be praying about stuff and you keep praying and you praying and you praying and you praying. And God will say, okay, you know what? You have worried me, so I'm going to give it to you. Because He be telling you, no, not this time, not this way. Don't do this, don't do that. Yes, go here. Yes, go there. Yes, say this. No, don't say this. Yes, connect with this person. No, don't connect with this person. And you be doing it your own. And He finally go, okay, go ahead. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you do your thing. And then once it backfires and you sinking, then you'll be praying, God, get me out of this mess. And then He lets you sit in it for a while because He's like, I didn't want it for you anyway. I didn't want that for you. But you kept asking me. You didn't hear me when I said no. You didn't hear me when I said not this time. You didn't hear me when I said no, do this. Now you stuck. So next time when I move, keep up with me. If you don't keep up with nobody, you got to keep up with God. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't do nothing else, you got to keep up with God. You just have to. 500 for rent. My God, today, what was he making? Anyway, like I said, This is the first of the month. This is February 1. This is Black History Month. And I told y'all we talking all things Black. No matter what it is, good, better, and different. We talking all things Black. I want you all to make the best of it. Okay? I want you to make the best of it. And yeah. Keep yourself first. Don't forget to visit Blended Healing. Don't forget to visit D-Ham. And Shaker was in here. Don't forget to visit her and everything, y'all. And I refuse to take back anything that I've said. Okay. Thank you again, Miss Janine, for the seed that you sowed. Again, thank you. May God bless you and grant you 100-fold, boo. I was gonna say something else, but I'm not. Again, y'all know I love you guys. I don't think I will be on later today. I will be back on tomorrow. Like I said, this is Black History Month. I'm gonna try to come on every day in Black History Month because I'm Black and I'm history. How about that? Okay, I'm Black and I'm history. So we gonna come on every day. All right. And yeah, yo, butterfly.
From Kentucky to the world,
No matter what,
it's to see another scale.
Okay, no matter what.
Real butterfly, spread them wings, girl. Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she said. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her veins. Creole fire running through her name. She walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul be free. Yeah. Dr.Creole butterfly. Eternally, leave a queen. Forever strong. Kentucky vibe, where you belong.